really tough place to come. We've lost here last season. It was difficult the season before, so we knew what we was in for today. Manager made us well aware of that after not the best start. I think to show our character again and come back was massive, and to win 3-2 in the end was a massive result.
This isn't the Declan Rice Premier League teams prepared for. This isn't the holding midfielder who sat deep, recycled possession, and protected the back line. This is something entirely different. And it's becoming Arsenal's biggest tactical weapon. Through 18 Premier League appearances in the 2025-26 season, Rice has registered 2 goals and 4 assists, modest numbers on paper. But here's what those statistics don't tell you. He's playing a position that doesn't officially exist, operating in spaces defenders can't track, and solving problems Arsenal have struggled with for years. Rice is now a left-sided number 8, but that title barely captures what he actually does. He presses like a defensive midfielder, carries the ball like a box-to-box engine, arrives in the penalty area like a second striker, and still sweeps up danger in front of Arsenal's defense like he never left the number 6 role. That combination is genuinely terrifying because Premier League teams are built to stop traditional roles. You press the number 6, you track the number 8, you mark the number 10. But what do you do with a player who occupies all 3 spaces in the same match? The transformation didn't happen overnight. When Arsenal signed Rice from West Ham for £105 million in July 2023, the logic was clear. He'd anchor the midfield, protect the high line, and give Arsenal the defensive stability they desperately needed. And for his first season, that's exactly what he did. 7 goals and 10 assists in 2023-24, playing primarily as a number 6 elite production for a holding midfielder. But Mikel Arteta saw something else. He saw a player with center-back instincts, midfielders, technical security, and the physical engine to operate everywhere. So when Martin Zubimendi arrived to anchor Arsenal's base, Arteta made the move that's now breaking Premier League tactical structures. Rice was pushed forward. Not occasionally, permanently, and everything changed. In 2024-25, his attacking output remained strong for goals and 7 assists. But more importantly, his positioning shifted. He began receiving the ball higher, pressing opponents' defensive midfielders rather than screening his own center-backs, and making late runs into the penalty area that defenses couldn't anticipate. This season, the evolution is complete. Rice now starts matches positioned as a left-sided 8, but his actual movements defy traditional categorization. Here's the problem Premier League teams face. Rice still defends like someone who spent years as a center-back. He reads danger before it develops, intercepts passes rather than chasing them, and wins duels without breaking Arsenal's shape. Through 18 Premier League matches this season, he's recorded 33 tackles, 18 interceptions, and 167 duels numbers. That would be impressive for a pure defensive midfielder. But he's doing all of this while also recording 31 touches in the opposition penalty area, generating 2.45 expected goals and creating 3.44 expected assists. That dual output is what makes him impossible to manage tactically. When opponents press Arsenal high, Rice drops deep and progresses the ball through carries or diagonal switches. When they sit in a mid-block, he finds space between lines and sustains Arsenal's attacking pressure. When they try to counterattack, he's already sweeping up loose balls before transitions fully develop. There's no safe tactical approach anymore. Every strategy has a Rice-shaped hole in it. The Bournemouth performance crystallized everything. First half, Arsenal struggled. Technically, players gave the ball away under pressure. The midfield couldn't establish rhythm, and Bournemouth's pressing caused problems. But Rice was everywhere. When Arsenal lost possession, he recovered balls in front of the defense. When they tried to build attacks, he carried the ball forward and found passes that moved Arsenal into dangerous positions. And when the game needed goals, he arrived at the edge of the box twice and finished clinically. That's not a midfielder having a good game. That's a player operating on a different tactical plane. What makes Rice genuinely scary is that his defensive work never disappeared despite the positional change. Against Bournemouth, he made crucial recoveries in the final 15 minutes when Arsenal were protecting a lead. Against Brighton earlier this season, he even played right back and earned man of the match. His versatility isn't just tactical convenience, it's a structural advantage. Most number 8s need protection when they push forward. Rice provides his own protection because he still reads the game like a defender. The comparison people keep making is to Yaya Toure, and it's not just lazy nostalgia. Toure started as a center-back and defensive midfielder at Barcelona under Pep Guardiola before becoming an attacking force at Manchester City. His best Premier League season came in 2013-14 when he scored 20 goals and registered 9 assists production from a midfielder that felt impossible. Rice isn't there yet statistically, but the trajectory is identical. A defensive-minded player being given attacking freedom and terrorizing opponents, because his defensive foundation never left him. Rice's journey explains why this works. He started as a centre-back in Chelsea and West Ham's academies, learning to defend space, sense danger, and hold position before anything else. When he transitioned to holding midfield, those instincts came with him. He defended midfield zones the way centre-backs defend penalty areas, screening passing lanes, winning second balls, slowing transitions instead of chasing them frantically. By the time he became West Ham's captain, he was already one of the Premier League's elite defensive midfielders. 334 possession wins in 2022-23, the most in the league, 63 interceptions. 0.6 times dribbled past per 90 minutes, those are world-class defensive metrics. With Zubimendi now anchoring Arsenal's base, Rice has complete freedom to operate higher. Zubimendi holds central space, screens passing lanes, and rarely vacates the zone in front of center-backs. That stability allows Rice to press aggressively, make late runs into the box, and carry the ball through midfield without Arsenal losing defensive balance. The partnership works because they complement rather than mirror each other. Zubimendi stays, Rice moves, Zubimendi protects. Rice disrupts. Premier League teams are now facing an equation they can't solve. If they press Arsenal high, Rice beats the press through carries or plays through them with passes. If they sit in a mid-block, Rice dominates second balls and sustains attacks. If they try to counter quickly, Rice kills transitions early or Zubimendi cleans up behind him. There's no correct tactical response anymore. Every approach exposes a different weakness that Rice exploits. The scary part? This version of Rice is still developing. His 2 Premier League goals this season significantly underperform his 2.45 expected goals, suggesting his finishing will improve with more opportunities. His 4 assists from 3.44 expected assists show he's already creating high-quality chances. And crucially, he's doing all of this while Arsenal are still figuring out their optimal attacking patterns. When everything clicks, when the system stabilizes, and Rice gets consistent service in dangerous positions, his production could explode. If you've made it this far, you're clearly invested in understanding how Arsenal are breaking Premier League tactical structures. So do yourself a favor and subscribe. We're tracking every development as Rice continues evolving into one of English football's most complete midfielders. Because here's the uncomfortable truth. Premier League teams are discovering you can't press Declan Rice like a typical midfielder because he was trained as a defender. You can't simply run past him because he reads the game too well. You can't catch him in transition because his positioning discipline is perfect. And you can't ignore him in the attacking third anymore because he's arriving in the box and finishing chances. He's a player who combines center-backs, defensive intelligence, holding midfielders' positional discipline, and box-to-box midfielders' attacking output. That profile doesn't exist in traditional tactical frameworks. It's a genuine structural problem, and until someone figures out how to stop it, Declan Rice will keep deciding matches before opponents even realize the danger has arrived.